album that we are going to be discussing is the brand new Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. Short and Sweet is the sixth studio album by American singer Sabrina Carpenter. It was released on August 23rd, 2024. It is called Short and Sweet because the album is literally short in length. And also, Sabrina Carpenter is short. That is from her mouth. That is
Hilarious.
That is a quote. I can't believe this is the sixth studio album. But anyways, Eric,
I didn't know she had 6 other albums. I thought this was a new artist
I know. I thought
to begin with.
Eric, your thoughts on this record?
I mean, I had to do some research about her, and then when I found out that she has a lot of albums, I was like, oh, geez, like she's obviously no wonder Spotify's trying to push her on people because. But I don't know. Like, I feel like this is just your generic, typical cookie cutter pop artist. And it's not even like, because apparently, like, you were telling me that this girl has beef with Olivia
Olivia
Rodrigo,
Rodrigo,
right?
Yeah.
Right. And I just like, I just don't know why. Maybe she's pissed because she can't write a song good, like like Olivia can. But like, I will say this, like, it is well produced. It is a well produced album.
Jack Antonoff did like half the record.
Like I mean, it sounds great. I thought that the first song, Taste, that was my favorite song. And I thought it was kind of a cool, I don't know, like I kind of dug the whole like, yeah, like you have your girlfriend, but like she tastes you on me or whatever,
yeah, the
right?
sexual innuendo.
Yeah, like it was clever.
It was,
but I don't think she wrote it.
It was clever, but at the same time, I was like, this is a bit high school lyrics.
It is too high school lyrics, but it was trying. And then here's where I have a problem with this album, like, because it's trying to like. Okay, I had to stop myself here because I'm like spitting out of like I want to get all this out. First of all, each song kind of sounds like a different style of pop artist.
Yes.
Like Sharpest Tool, I feel like it's like she's trying to be like Taylor Swift with that song. Right. And it's just like with the whole, like, it almost had this like cookie cutter folklore, like I'm going to be trying to legally like folklore with this song, but it just didn't do well.
I suspect a lot of that is Jack Antonoff's doing. He's songwriter and also producer on that one.
Okay. And then Good Graces, it sounded like a Billie Eilish song. Like it's just I'm hearing these pop artists, these typical pop, and then even Coincidence. That was, I'm like, this sounds like some like pop like girl group in like the 90s, right? That I can't place my finger on. So it was just very like, I don't know. I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was very forgettable, and the lyrics were just so high school, like you said, but it wasn't done in a good way. Whereas, like, I think Olivia Rodriguez, yes, it was childish, but it was cleverly written.
It was clever, and there was a lot of emotion behind it. So, like, sure, we are not high school girls, but you can sort of feel like the emotion behind it, or like the intensity, or however you want to put it. You could feel that. This felt very much like, I don't know, it was very juvenile, but also very superficial. The lyrics were just, I didn't believe anything she said or she was singing about. Even the Espresso song, I know that's like the biggest song of the summer. It's like a disco pop, like copy and paste type of song, and I don't understand why people like that song so much. It's like, it's catchy, but it's not like a great song. So I don't know. It's sort of weird that became such a big song this summer. But yeah, I think the big problem with this record is the lyrics. The lyrics are just so juvenile and so superficial that there isn't anything to latch onto. I'd sort of agree with you on Taste being the best song on the record, the first one. it did get my attention after I was like, okay, maybe this record might be good. But then after that, it was just like, I've sort of heard all these songs before, and it's like a worse version of all those songs.
And that's the thing, like, she didn't even, like, make it unique to her. Like, there's one thing saying, like, "Okay, I'm not gonna write my own music, I'm gonna sing the songs that people write for me." But then it's just like, it's like you didn't even care to read what the song's about and to sing it with, like, any kind of passion. So,
Yeah.
and that's where I think, like you said, it's not like, I didn't believe anything that you're singing here, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you're just singing a song.
Yeah. And to be fair to her, like she's a songwriter. She's credited as a songwriter on every single song. So at a certain point, she is a contributor to the lyrics or the melodies or whatever it might be. It's just, I don't know. It didn't feel unique to her. There was no signature sound that I really cared for. And a lot of it was so meticulously perfect. It was like all to the grid. Everything was pitch corrected. It just like felt very stale. Whereas, and we shouldn't probably just keep comparing her to Olivia Rodrigo, but like on Olivia Rodrigo records, like some of those songs, she's off key when she tries to hit a note, but it's like the punch that's like behind that vocal take that's just like you can forgive that because it's just pure emotion and you don't care about the technical performance of it, right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. There's something about the art being like not perfect,
yeah.
right? Because then people can relate. Oh, she can make a mistake too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So,
It's not even about the mistake. If you have enough passion behind that, like it
mm,
doesn't matter technically what it's supposed to be, right? You're just feeling the emotion, and the emotion does not have a rule set to it.
mhm.
But yeah, these songs, they're so forgettable. I really tried listening to a lot of it, like from front to back. I got through maybe 3 times successfully over the past 3 weeks, but even trying to just like skip songs and be like, I'm just gonna listen to the good stuff, I'm like, there's nothing really to like go back to on this record.
Mm.
Which is hilarious that this is the 6th record, because you would think
Yeah.
at some
And
point, you know.
and that's, I have never heard of this person before. And when I in my research, she's used to be on Disney,
Yeah.
the Disney Channel. And then it's like what is with all these Disney girls becoming like over sexualized when they're older, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't know how old she is, but I assume 6 records in. She probably did a lot of records when she was a kid, I assume.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Let's see. Usually it kind of gives me a born in 1999.
So she's 20 something, right?
Yeah.
Early 20s, something like that. Mid 20s? Mid 20s. But anyways, I guess we'll just give our final thoughts and ratings on this, because I feel like we're just beating a dead horse and we generally
Yeah.
don't like this record. But Eric, final thoughts and ratings on this one.
I mean, the other point we didn't even discuss was like Spotify pushing this album on people. It's like, please, like, come on,
I
give
mean,
her a break.
that's a conspiracy theory. Okay, that's not
Yeah.
it's not proven fact. It's just I saw an article about it. I saw people online
Mm.
complain about it. I ran into it, so maybe it's true, but it's not. You know, Spotify's never gonna admit that like publicly.
I'm gonna give this album a 3 out of 10.
Oh, a 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Why? I'm a little surprised by the super low score, but I think you really hated this record.
I did not like this record, but
Okay.
I will give them credit for the sound of the album. It wasn't long, right? It was a short and sweet album, I guess you could say, but it was short, maybe not so sweet.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like they got their point across, and they didn't like, because could you imagine if this was a regular length album?
Jesus. Yeah.
Like the amount of filler that would be in this.
It's already filled with filler.
Yeah, like yeah. So 3 out of 10
3 out
for
of 10.
me.
Okay. I'm like close to where you're at, but I'm gonna give it a little bit higher. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10 because I think it's a passable pop record, but it's not as good as like the best pop records. Like it's just so generic, but it's just below that in terms of quality. I think the production's great. I think the recording of the album sounds really good. But man, there's just no personality. I don't know what Sabrina Carpenter as an artist is based on this record. Like I listened to it and I just like I don't know who this person is after finishing the record, which is a problem. Like gonna go back to Olivia Rodrigo, but when I listened to that first record, Sour, I understand what she's trying to like the point she's trying to get across and her like emotions about certain topics and things like that. This one, I'm just like, you're singing about espresso. Okay, that's wonderful. That's all I got from it. But I think if you want to put it in the background and just like as sort of like elevator type of music, I think it's perfectly fine because it's gonna sound good just sonically. But there's no story here. There's no personality. It's just generic pop record.
I wouldn't even say espresso, even though that's a single off the album. I wouldn't even say that's a hit.
I know. It's not like it doesn't stand out from the songs on this album, but yet it is like the biggest song of the summer. It's like played everywhere.
Yeah, which I don't get why. I don't think it should be.
Yeah.
If you gave me a list of top 40, I could pick 10 songs that belong on this to take the place.
Right. Yep.
Of this song.
Yep. For sure. Okay. 3 for you, 4 for me, but relative. It is not recommended record. Okay. Perfect. So that's our discussion on Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. For those of you following along with us every single week, the album that we are going to be discussing will be the brand new Coldplay record, Moon Music. I believe the full name of this record is Music of the Spheres Volume 2 Moon Music. But for short, it's called Moon Music because there's no way we're saying that every single time. But yeah, Coldplay's new record. Rumors are this might be the last one or the second last record for Coldplay. Not confirmed by Chris Martin and co. But I don't know. I don't know if Coldplay is still relevant anymore. But you know, everyone knows who Coldplay is, I guess.
You know what? I know a guy that loves Coldplay. It's like his favorite band, and I think he's gonna have to tune in next week.
Good to know. Good to know.
Shout out Matt Hope.
Anyways, Moon Music, Coldplay will be the record next week. And that's it for the podcast for another week. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We're here at twitch.tv/the Crossroads Music Podcast. We'll be back here on Monday, 10 p.m. ET, 7 p.m. PT. Catch us on YouTube, Apple Music, all the places where you get your podcasts. YouTube is where the album highlights go. Chasing Dragonflies, thanks for the raid. Have a good night, everyone. And we will see you all next time.